my name is Erica. I'm one of the owners here at Jubilee Assisted Living. Unfortunately, I'm unable to attend the meeting this evening because I am currently in Arizona working on our newest location, but I wanted a chance to give you a little bit of my perspective on what's so great about our facility and why you should let us expand. I am Yvonne Hernandez's daughter. I grew up in this business. I literally lived in a house where I had people that were there and we were taking care of them. Some elderly members, also took care of some disabled people as well. People have asked me often, what is it like living with old people? Like, do you like them? They're kind of gross. Well, for me, they're just people. And as a kid, I thought it was pretty awesome because my grandparents lived out of state and I didn't get to see them very often. So I had a house full of grandparents, which when you're a kid, let's face it, that's the dream. You get people to play with, people to perform for, people to tell you stories. It was a really, really, really fun childhood. And I have so many fond memories that I will cherish forever from being able to be a part of this business. When I was a kid, I played with them. They spent a lot of time with me when I was a teenager. They also spent a lot of time with me. They helped my mom keep me in line and kind of get through puberty and all those little rebel phases. Like, they were always on top of me, which is pretty funny now that I think of it. As a kid, I wasn't that enthralled by it, but they gave me a lot of tips with cooking. They let me borrow their jewelry. They let me interview them for school assignments. I have a lot of fond memories. I'll never forget them. And I love them so much that I called them my surrogate grandparents. And they adopted me as much as I adopted them, and they will always have my love. I always think of them fondly. Eventually, when I got a little bit older, my grandparents came to move with us as well. They came from Oregon. My grandpa was still pretty independent. He wasn't able to take care of my grandma anymore. And so when they came, we took care of both of them. My grandma wasn't very happy because every Saturday I would kind of kidnap my grandpa and we would go and exchange books because the man, all he did was sat and read Western books for all day, all night. And if he wasn't reading, he was watching them on TV. So I'd go to this used bookstore that I found and we'd have this huge stack of books and we'd go and we'd exchange, and sometimes he'd get me a book, and afterward we would go get burgers and chocolate shakes, and we'd always bring grandma a little treat too so that she didn't feel totally left out, because sometimes she wished she could come with us, but unfortunately we just couldn't get her in the car. Then we would come home and I'd hang out with my grandma. She'd give me beauty tips and let me comb her hair and do nails and things like that, and I really do cherish that time that I had because she passed away unfortunately a few months after. And then my grandpa, a few months after that, his health started to decline, but we were still able to take care of him for a few years. We did everything that we can to make his life as enjoyable as possible, while he, even though couldn't go deep sea fishing, we would still take him in his wheelchair. We'd go out to the pier, we'd go fishing and do all kinds of fun things like that as often as we could to make him feel young as long as possible. I'm very grateful for all of that time that I got to spend with them. I think one thing that I really did learn through that experience is he got to stay with us for so long, and he was in an environment where he was taken care of, he was loved, he knew it, he was comfortable, and when he passed away, I know that he was in peace. That's one thing that's great about our facility, is we can take care of you from the time that you're independent up until you pass away without having to shuffle you from facility to facility, like some of the other places, or floor to floor and room to room. Like, you can stay in your room until you pass away and you'll know your surroundings, and a lot of times people are very happy with that, especially if they have a little bit of confusion or dementia as they get older. And I know that everyone knows that we fill them with a ton of love, not just myself or my mother, but all of our staff are really good, and they build very strong relationships with the residents as well, and everybody treats everybody like family. I learned a lot of life lessons going through this process of taking care of my grandparents as well as all my surrogate grandparents. The circle of life is real. Learned all about having to help take care of them, helping them brush their hair, helping them eat, and things like that when they just were no longer able to totally do it themselves. I also learned that no matter how badly you want to ignore the possibility of it and you don't want to face it, that death always comes eventually to everybody. I learned about grief and how unpredictable it can be for everybody, for each instance. I watched my mom navigate so many passings and with such compassion and kindness that I think it really instilled in me to really be a kind person, because you never know what someone's going through. And it was really helpful for me because when her parents finally came to pass, I was able to comfort her in ways that I've seen her comfort everyone else, and really get to be there for her like she's always there for me and for everyone else around her. Not only are the residents adopted like family around here, all the families are adopted as well. A large part of our philosophy here at Jubilee is building a huge sense of community, not just for our residents, but for their families. Every month we have an event. We celebrate every birthday, we celebrate every holiday, and if for some reason there's no event, we make one up and we just celebrate life. You know, if you ask my mom, if you name a holiday, she's got a hat or a pair of sunglasses for every ridiculous occasion. So if it's your birthday, just be prepared to come in and wear the birthday hat. And we have a lot of fun with that. All the families really enjoy it. They've built a relationship with each other outside of us. They've also built relationships with the other residents, so when somebody comes to visit, they're visiting everybody, which is a really fun. And you know, we try to make sure that every celebration is fun and big, even if it's ridiculous, because you never know when it's going to be somebody's last celebration. And we try to create an environment that's not only safe and homey for them, but very joyful and inviting for your family, so you actually want to come and spend time with us. In 2015, I did decide, you know, I didn't want to just inherit the business and sell it later when I get older. I actually wanted to be a big part of it. So I joined the team with my mom. We partnered up and we rebranded. We decided, since this is a new beginnings for us, we're going to name it the business Jubilee Assisted Living, which means new beginnings. And since then, I definitely followed in her footsteps. I've become licensed to own, operate, and work in assisted living facilities in Florida and Arizona. I go out and I assist with the business 6 to 8 times a year. I'm out there for at least a week doing stuff hands-on, and then I do a lot of things in the back end. When I am in town, I do love it because a lot of the families with residents that have passed away really enjoy still catching up with me. They'll see that I'm in town and they want to get lunch, or if they see me at the grocery store, they say hi, wave me down, want to talk to me. They always love catching up because these people were around, a lot of them, since I was really young, and they watched me grow up. And so it's really fun that I get to still have those relationships with those people. Some of them have even been so kind as to give me special mementos for some of our residents. Like, for example, this bracelet that I'm wearing, I can't really see, but it's engraved and it says Sergeant George below. He was my first surrogate grandpa. He was very, very special to me. I spent a lot of time chatting with him and listening to music, and he always wanted to dance, and every day was a good day. Didn't matter what was going on. And it was even better if he got to see you. And that's something that I definitely try to remember. This bracelet that I got from his son, and also his Marine Corps ring that he gave me, is very special to me. I like to wear it often to remind me that you know, every day is a good day, even if things go awry. And especially when I have big new things going on. So I've been wearing this a lot lately because of us opening our new facility, and it's been a lot of work but also a lot of fun. I've got to watch my mom be a very inspiring person for many people throughout the years, and you know, I've seen her perform all kinds of miracles and bring so much joy that these are things that I really want to bring to people that I know in my life and my facility here. So you know, I understand that some people may see elderly folks or disabled people as a burden, sometimes an inconvenience, the occasional gross comment that I've gotten. You know, however you choose to perceive them, they're still people, and they deserve to be treated with love and respect and dignity. And we always take these people as like they're just people. We provide a safe, happy home for them, and we try to just fill them and show them as much love as we can for the rest of their life. You know, there are no other places like us in the city of Weston, and they don't do nearly anything not close to what we do. We provided care for these people or types of people since 2001 in our homes, and we're not going anywhere, but we are asking permission so we can expand our capacity so we can help more people at a time. If you approve this request, you are going to be providing the Weston families a place for their loved ones to be close by while they're being taken care of. You're also going to be providing disabled people more options to find great care. You're also going to be supporting a local small business that is ran by a family of women. And you're also going to be providing a place for teenagers to come and have a safe place to volunteer at and learn from. That's something that I did. I spent a lot of my high school time in this facility, and it taught me a lot of really good life lessons that I think that everybody needs to experience. Please allow us to expand our facility. We're not going anywhere. No changes are going to be made, except for we just want to be able to help more people. So if you have additional questions, please feel free to reach out to my mom, Yvonne Hernandez, or you can reach out to us via our website at jubileeassistedliving.com. Have a great night, guys. Thanks for listening.